a production of the New Jersey courts.
Good afternoon to everyone that's participating in this Law Day program and to those who will be seeing this message a little bit later. I wanted to tell you that I could not be more proud of all of the members of the judiciary, especially for their efforts during these challenging last weeks. We made the decision early on that the judiciary, the court system, would remain open, and not just for emergencies, but in all areas. We did so for the simple reason that access to justice is at the cornerstone of a democratic society, and that's something worth noting on Law Day. The court system is where people turn when they need to resolve disputes of all types, when families and victims in crisis seek help, when people want to protect their constitutional rights, where the state and defendants alike seek justice. We all knew that we simply could not wait until one day the courthouse doors would open again. With that goal in mind, you transformed the judiciary into a virtual court system. And I can't thank our spectacular IT staff enough. They've served as technical experts, as patient teachers, and as thoughtful problem solvers for all sorts of issues that have arisen. They have helped judges and staff alike learn new skills, take home equipment, become comfortable working from home, where 95% of the judiciary is operating today. And the results are nothing short of remarkable. Over the past 7 weeks, we've conducted more than 17,500 court events remotely, involving more than 128,000 participants. And that reflects the professionalism, the creativity, and the obvious determination of staff and judges throughout the system. Behind each of those numbers lies a story, like the probation and pretrial service officer who's supervising defendants while taking essential safety precautions, like judges who've been reaching out one by one to drug court participants who've responded positively. The judiciary has been overseeing adoptions, weddings, divorces, and they may not seem like emergencies, but they mean a great deal as they profoundly change people's lives. I had to smile when I heard about a divorce matter with some custody issues in Hudson County, Hudson Vicinage, where the parties had urged the court to please try to resolve it as rapidly as possible. Why? Because the plaintiff was about to get married, and the soon-to-be ex-husband, the defendant, was going to be the best man. So with the help of the virtual judiciary, they were able to work through the issues quickly and resolve them. Oral arguments have been continuing at the appellate level, in the appellate division at the Supreme Court. Retired appellate division judges on recall have continued to resolve cases through the CAS program, and the AOC, led so expertly by Judge Glenn Grant, has worked tirelessly to help give us guidance and assistance and support at this difficult time, with the vicinages and the AOC working together like a single team. We can also see the generous spirit of the judiciary in areas that extend well beyond the traditional case types that we handle. Like when judges and staff in Atlantic continued to reach out to school children virtually as part of the One Judge, One School program. When drug court participants and probationers have cut cloth and sewn masks that they then donated to first responders and hospitals. Then there's the anonymous employee in Passaic. Perhaps I should say not so anonymous employee who delivered 10 pizzas to the police department, only to have the mayor track down her identity by working through the pizzeria and then publicly thanking her online. Another drug court participant whom you've read about perhaps cooked and delivered 50 meals to homeless individuals on the streets of Plainfield. At the same time, of course, we have been wrestling with many challenges. We've regularly sought guidance from the Department of Health on how best to operate the judiciary safely. We face limits in the kinds of case types that we can handle remotely, even as we're trying to expand those areas wherever possible. And we face challenges at home as we struggle with our work responsibilities while caring for children, elderly parents, and others. And unfortunately, we've had reason to worry about friends and family suffering from the disease, and we're still had to mourn those dear to us who have succumbed to it. And that makes your efforts and sacrifices these past weeks all the more inspiring. We're almost 2 months into the crisis now, with more ahead. Please remember that health and your family come first. Pay attention to physical and emotional health needs so that you don't hesitate to take advantage of the Employee Assistance Program. Just ask HR how to use this confidential program. And please also try to find healthy ways to distance yourself and to get away and remove yourself from all the talk about the pandemic. I can't take a steady diet of news that has so many stories about COVID-19, so I turn to books on tape. And my wife and I have also been blessed now to have all three of our children, all in their mid-20s, come back home. So the dishwasher and the washing machine are working overtime, and our family routine has changed a little bit since having an empty nest. But we've made time for family walks at the end of the day and family dinners together, which I don't recall when we were last able to do. I tell you this to encourage you to think about what's right for you, and then try to build that into your schedule as well. One more thing. As you relay the challenges, the obstacles, and the solutions that we face on a daily basis, please share positive stories as well. I've told some of you about my grandmother's recipe for life, her infectious, upbeat attitude, in which she would begin every conversation with me by saying, "Tell me something good." That certainly sets the tone. So I ask you, tell me something good. Tell that to your colleagues. It is not only an uplifting feeling to do so, but we will try our best through the work of the communications staff to try to get the message out to others. Times like this, I remember the words that I heard years ago at a retirement party by one of the senior members of the judiciary who was stepping down after decades. And he said that we, members of the judiciary, don't make widgets. We serve the cause of justice, and it is an honor to do so. That's doubly true at this time. And I'm so proud of the path-breaking work of the New Jersey judiciary at this moment of crisis, thanks to all of you. So thank you. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Be well.